When I worked for Nestle, they spent millions building infrastructure on industrial roasting facilities.
Have you heard of Nespresso before? The Nespresso story began in the 1970s.
They sourced beans from multiple countries, they perfected the blending, and they compressed all that into a tiny capsule. You pop that into a machine in your kitchen, and there's no barista, no queue, and no $7 cup. That's the magic of a coffee pod, and it's a perfect metaphor for where I believe AI is actually heading. It's the complete opposite of what the industry is selling you today. So let me explain. Right now, every enterprise on the planet is being sold the same story. You have to go to the cafe, stand in line, order from the menu, and pay per cup, and that's how you do AI. You send your data to the cloud, you call an API, and you pay per token. But the bill is staggering. Inference spending, the cost of actually running these models, not training them, is now more than half of AI cloud infrastructure spending in 2026. And by 2030, inference is expected to be 70 to 80% of all AI compute demand. The cloud AI model is a café subscription for the hyperscalers, but not an optimal architecture for you. Every query you send to GPT, Gemini, or Claude, that's you walking to the cafe. The data leaves the building, that's latency. They charge per cup. And for many companies, they're dealing with sensitive operational data, which is a massive risk. The cloud is brilliant for roasting the coffee beans, but it's a terrible long-term answer for making the coffee. That's why I believe the future isn't everyone queuing up at a giant cafe. The future is building the AI supply chain. Step one is the roasting. Google or any other frontier labs builds the world's most advanced roasting facility. Hundreds of billions of parameters trained on all the best technology, TPUs that anyone can afford. And Google's already spending hundreds of millions of dollars of CapEx in 2026 alone. They've lowered Gemini's service costs by 70% through vertical integration. So they own the beans, the roasters, and the scale that nobody else is even close. For step two, the blend becomes a capsule. Using a technique known as knowledge distillation, which was pioneered by Geoffrey Hinton back in 2014 when he was at Google, you transfer the intelligence of that massive model into a small, compact student model. The student doesn't learn from the raw beans, it learns from the refined blend that the master roaster has already perfected. Step three, that capsule gets packaged for your machine. We're talking 1 to 10 billion parameters, small enough to run on a phone, or on a factory floor, or a laptop with no internet connection. Now, let me join the dots as to why making your own coffee makes sense for enterprises. First, cost. The cup that costs $7 at the cafe, well, it costs less than $1 from your own machine. And that scale, that's the difference between a sustainable AI strategy and one that bleeds you dry. Cloud inference takes 1 or 2 seconds, but edge inference happens in milliseconds. Going to the cafe to get a coffee might take you 20 minutes, but at home, it might take you 30 seconds. Third, and this is a big one, privacy. When your model runs on device, your data never leaves the building. Nobody's watching your order, nobody's logging your preferences or selling the data back to you as insights. Tim Cook on Apple's earnings call said, "We are integrating AI across the operating system in a personal and private way." Apple's entire AI strategy is built around device processing. Even Apple partnering with Google for Gemini in Siri is being architected to maintain on-device privacy standards. The tech world today is selling you a cafe subscription. You pay per cup, you hand your order to someone behind the counter, and you hope that they make it right. You also hope the line isn't too long, and you hope that the price doesn't go up next quarter. But the world tomorrow looks completely different. Google and a handful of others will build the facilities that can roast and grind the beans properly. The master blends will get distilled into capsules and you take them home. You put these into your machine, your device, in your kitchen, in your factory, on your phone, privately, cheaply, and reliably. The future of AI isn't a bigger cafe with a longer menu, it's a better capsule inside your own machine at home. If this resonates with you, please consider subscribing so I can keep you updated every time I publish a new video.